I want to spend my life mending broken people. I want to spend my life removing pain. Lord, let my words heal a heart that hurts. I want to spend my life mending broken people. I want to spend my life mending broken people.
Hello and welcome to our 3ABN Today cooking program. We are
The Micheff sisters.
I'm Linda.
I'm Brenda.
and I'm Cinda. And we have an exciting program for
Yes,
you
we do.
today. We are calling this Happy
Happy
Holidays
Holidays from
our
our
3ABN kitchen
to yours. And I love this time of year, don't you?
I do.
It's not just all the beautiful colors and the snow and the fireplaces and all the aromas that you think about this time of year.
It's the spirit, the people.
of
they get
Christmas.
into this
Yes.
giving spirit. They're happier.
Because
because we are highlighting Jesus Christ as our Savior to the world.
Yes,
That's
because
right.
Jesus is the
reason for the season.
And I love that. When you make Jesus first in your life, I love that you just can't help but want to share him all year long. But I love that we have a special time where we really think about his birth.
And we can reflect on his birth.
We really
right.
think about what God has done for us. We think about Jesus' birth and what God, amazing gift that he would send his only son to this earth to die for us so that we might have eternal life for
That's
him.
right.
And we cannot concentrate on that too much. We cannot stop thinking about that too much. We should really think about what Jesus did, his special gift on Calvary that he did for us.
And you know, we talk about sharing Jesus all year long, but you know, we can really take the opportunity to share Jesus, especially at the holidays. And something that I do in every holiday is I always invite, anybody who needs a little cheering up, who's had a hard year, or who's going to be lonely for the holidays, I invite them to my holiday table.
That's
and we're encouraging you to do the same.
And in fact, Cinda always makes her home so inviting. She always has a very special holiday theme, and I think our longtime viewers have come to know that when we're doing a holiday program, you're going to get to see one of Cinda's table decorations. And today you're not going to miss out. Today
That's
you're
right.
going to get that as well, to give you ideas how to decorate your buffet table, and then just put the food out and invite people that you would normally not even invite to your home. Maybe
Right.
somebody that you have seen that maybe you notice they don't really have anybody sitting with them at church, or maybe
Right.
a neighbor that you never see anyone coming and going from their house. And invite people. There's so many wonderful opportunities to have those divine appointments where we can really just love people to Jesus.
Or those single people in your church who don't
That's
have
right.
families and they're all by themselves, and where the holidays aren't very happy for them.
There's no
you
better-
can help them to be happy.
That's right. And there's no better way than friendship evangelism to touch hearts for Jesus.
And when you invite someone into your home, you're sharing Jesus.
That's right.
There's another part of it that is so special, and that is that in this day and age, families are just being split apart, and this is a time when we can even make our family feel very, very special
exactly
to
right.
celebrate what Jesus Christ has done for families.
That's
and
right.
I think, just making something special for them says, I love you. and doing
And you're
little
special.
and
That's
you're
right.
special. So you're right, sis. This is a wonderful time of the year to also make our families feel
right.
like they are very important and special, because when we
loved.
do that, they will start to glimpse how much Jesus Christ really loves them. Because unless we show God's love, how can anybody really
How can they
know
understand
what
it and
is
know it?
love?
And I
Yes.
love
That's
how
right.
we learned even as a child, and we talk about our mom and dad a lot, and because we just really love them, and they were such really godly parents
And examples
and
to us.
examples to us. I loved how mom would always have a special night, usually Friday nights, where it was all the best dishes that she had, special goblets, those blue goblets. That
I
she had.
have, there's only one left and I have it. I have it in a box. It's like,
And it brings back such warm memories, because she didn't just save the best for the guests.
That's
she
right.
wanted her family to feel like we were loved and
That's right.
special. And so that's really where we got it. It was our training from our mom and dad.
And also what I love that mom and dad, every holiday, we didn't have money for gifts. In fact, some years we didn't get gifts.
right.
We made
and
homemade
We
things.
made homemade
That's right.
things. And sometimes maybe it
Cards.
was only one gift a person. But you know, so mom and dad always focused on what we could do for other people. So that way the focus was not on us.
And what
Even
we
though
could
we
get.
were little children, and even though as we grew up through the years, it wasn't on what we were getting. It was, what are we going to do for someone, and
What
who
could
are
we
you?
give?
Who are you going to do something for this season?
That's
and
right.
we did it as
And
a
I love that,
family.
Mom.
It
We
was
did
a
it as a
family.
family.
That's right. When
Yeah.
you're thinking about others, that's really the best blessing anyway. There's
That's right.
no better, there's really no better joy than to serve Jesus. And when we are helping others, we're serving Jesus. You know, when we're thinking of
That's
others.
right.
So,
And it says in John 13, it tells us that we're to love one another. And it says, by this, all will know that we are disciples of Jesus Christ. So how we show love to one another says who we belong to.
that's
You know,
right. I love that thought too.
Yes, I
and
do
that's
too.
one of my favorite verses.
I love the fact that mom and dad they involved and included all 5 of us children.
Yep, there's 5 of us. We have 2
into
brothers.
making the holiday special for our family and for those around us, the people that we knew, people that we didn't even know.
And they didn't
But-
spend a lot of money.
No.
We actually remember how we would go out and pick the little holly berries, and we would
pine
string them
cones.
with popcorn, and we'd find this little bush, and Dad would bring it in, and we'd put our popcorn strings and our little berries around it.
And it wasn't always the most, fun-loving people at church that they invited into our home either.
Yes.
I can remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was this one particular lady in our church that didn't ever, she wore the same thing to church every single day. She didn't smell very good because she didn't smell like she bathed very much at all. And she just was always, by herself. Mom and Dad just welcomed her into our house, invited her to the home. And you know what, none of us, made it even seem like she smelled bad. We just showed her love. Do you know
Yes.
that woman changed? Mom helped her find clothes.
That's
Mom
right.
slowly, she was able to, learn
Throughout the
about,
years,
about
she just
cleanliness through
befriended
the
her.
years, and it made a huge difference, didn't
That's
it?
right. And so, you as parents, keep in mind that you are the example for your children. You can tell your children all kinds
That's
of
right.
things, but
You
you need
are
to
the
show
example.
them.
And if you don't have children, say you're single or whatever, and you still can be a mother in Israel or a father in Israel that shares with the church kids and those around you.
Well, that lady I was speaking about, till the day she died, thought of us as family. And so, God really does want us to reach out and
does.
help others and think about others. And it's about the giving.
And we learn to really love her and see the beauty in her heart.
That's
Because a lot
right.
of times we go by the
Exactly.
outside and we think,
Exactly.
oh, but when we look at through God's eyes into the heart, we see the beauty.
Exactly.
That's what I
much
was going to
beauty.
say.
Uh-huh.
When she actually came to our home and we actually spent time with her,
She was
we were
was
like,
precious.
wow, she's really nice. We like her.
Well, we've got some recipes for you today that will inspire you to have your own buffet and invite all your friends and neighbors and people that you don't even know that well. Invite them in for a wonderful holiday meal.
We'll start with my root vegetables.
Ooh, those look so
Oh,
good.
I know.
Carrots and looks like beets in there.
Then
and,
we'll have creamy
sweet
potato
potatoes.
puffs.
Ooh, and those look good too. Who doesn't love potatoes? Then we have tofu turkey. And
That's
Oh,
beautiful.
yes.
well, thanks. Sis.
And we're gonna top it off with carob delight cake.
cake. Ooh, a nice slice of cake to end with. That sounds good.
Is your mouth watering?
All right, sis.
I know I want one of those root vegetables.
And you know, just relax and watch the program, and you can always go on the 3ABN website and get the recipes, or you can go on the micheffsisters.com website to get the recipes.
yeah, just
okay.
www.micheffsisters.com and click on recipes. And we also give you the picture of what the recipe looks like.
That's right. Okay, I'm going to start with now. I chose some of my favorite root vegetables. So if you do not particularly like them, I say you try them because you need to eat your vegetables.
So you're gonna do the recipe? Read the recipe?
No, you didn't. Yes, I will, sis. No, but you can substitute another vegetable in or leave it out if there's a vegetable that you don't like. But Linda's right. Let me read the recipe for you. For this, you will need 4 cups of zucchini cut into 1-inch pieces, 4 cups of yellow summer squash cut into 1-inch pieces, 4 cups of carrots peeled and cut, 4 cups of sweet potatoes peeled and cut, 4 cups of red beets peeled and cut, and 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil.
Is that it? Wow, I love short recipes.
How simple is
That's
that?
it. Okay, Brenda, since I'm going to do one, I'm going to just cut off the tops for the beets for you, and I'll let you peel. But folks, you're going to need some gloves for the beets.
That's right.
So
Am I doing beets?
You know, we're famous for our kitchen
I'm going to
gloves.
have you do sweet potatoes.
Okay.
So what I'm going
But
to get.
if you want to do the beets, I'll be happy to give you the
that's
beets.
just fine.
I'm going to
Yeah,
get
I like
Linda
the
started with the sweet
Yeah.
potatoes. So with the sweet potato, I'm going to just cut off the little end, and then if you will peel that for me.
Okay.
And Brenda, I'm going to cut the beet. I'm just going to cut the, you want to cut the top.
Let's show them what a beet looks like right here, see?
There you go.
With that.
So you want to cut the
It does
leaves
tell them
off.
why we called this root vegetables.
Well, can you
Did
see? They grow in the ground.
There's the root.
So sis, if you want to peel
Okay.
the beet for me,
Okay.
and I will throw this away. And throw this away, and I'll show you how to cut it. You know, whoa, stumbling in. Huh. Call me
And
Grace.
and if you don't happen to have a peeler, you can use a knife. You just try not to take so much of the vegetable with you.
Okay, while they're peeling that, I'm going to take a zucchini, and you're going to want. Oh wow, she's fast. Good job. Here, let's keep her going.
Got me another one?
I got you another one. There, keep her going. Okay, I'm going to take the zucchini, and I'll show you how to cut it. Now, you think you're cutting them. I actually am going to change the recipe because I cut into 1-inch cubes. You really should do 1.5 to 2-inch cubes because they really cook down. So I cut it in half.
They shrink.
Then I cut it again. And then you're going to want to cut it into a good 1.5-inch cubes like this. Okay? And put that on
They shrink
your
up.
cookie sheet.
And aren't you going to spray that with the little nonstick cooking spray?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
So, and I can spray it at the end, I'll show you. I use a roasting pan at home. I have it's about a 2-inch size pan, and it's a little bit bigger than this because I cook, I usually do a lot of vegetables because I invite a lot of people over. So this is our yellow squash, and I cut off the tops, and I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the zucchini.
Is that it for
I'm gonna go like this.
I got another one for you. Have at it.
And I'm going to do the same thing. She wants me to cut the ends off, I know. And put this on. And then the carrots, for sake of, I like to do it in strips, but you can cut it in circles or you can do it in strips, and it's up to you. And you can even leave it like that because they're going to roast.
Here's your-
Now,
Here's your beet.
the beet, same thing. I cut the beet into thirds like this, and then in half. And it, depending on the size, but look
Nice
how big
chunky,
those chunks are.
Because they will shrink down.
You're gonna see the finished product, how big it is. And the same thing with the sweet potato. You're gonna cut it again, and then nice big chunks, because it really does cook down. Now what you're gonna do is take your vegetables, and you'll take a couple pans. Can I have the spray down there,
Sure.
please? So what you're gonna do is you're going to take this and spray really good, like this. Make sure your vegetables are all coated. Toss them a little bit. And you're gonna put them in a 425-degree oven. And if you do not have this spray, then you can just take a little bit of olive oil and just
drizzle.
kind of drizzle it over, and then toss it with your hands. Then I take a little bit of salt and just sprinkle a little salt on it. You're gonna put this in the oven at 425 degrees for about 45 minutes, and flip them over gently in between, like halfway in the cooking time. And you want them to get a little bit of brown because they're roasted, and here's what they look
And you
like.
can see how they've shrunk down to size as
That's
well,
right.
can't
See
you?
how they shrunk
They
down?
are delicious.
Well, you know what else says is delicious? Is your potatoes.
My
That's right.
creamy potato puffs. For that, you will need 5 cups of potatoes cooked and diced, 2 cups of unsweetened soy milk, half a cup of tofutti better than sour cream, 3 slices of vegan cheddar cheese, 1/2 teaspoon of seasoned salt, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of cold water, 1 17.3-ounce package of puff pastry sheets. This one is a special one just for Cinda. Well, you
But
can
you
have
can enjoy it too.
Thanks, Sid.
Everybody knows Cinda loves potatoes. We all love
Exactly.
potatoes, but Cinda really loves potatoes.
I know. It's like her favorite food.
Yeah, she'll eat it cold, she'll eat them hot, and lukewarm, in between.
Any way you want to give them to me.
So to get started, we're going to make our gravy part first. We've already cooked our potatoes. You can dice them. This is 5 cups. This recipe, you can even add extra potatoes if you want to, because there's enough cream sauce.
Please
Okay.
do.
Sis, if you could make our slurry, because
Okay.
we're going to need that. If you could turn the fire on there, and we're going to start this heating. This is a really simple, easy potato dish. We're going to use a little seasoned salt, and if you want any other kind of seasonings in it, instead of that, just go for it. It's hard to mess up potatoes.
Okay, here's your slurry.
That's my slurry, okay. And over here, you can make 24 of these little potato things, or you can have more dough and just make 12. So we're going to do the 12. So
Okay,
cut this
so what
in
is
12
this?
pieces.
This is puff pastry.
Puff
dough.
pastry.
Okay.
So
And
like
you can get this in your
3
frozen
this way
section,
and 4 that
it
way.
is vegan.
All right.
Okay.
And sis, if you could get the vegan cheese slices,
Okay.
and I'm going to go ahead and pour
And
in.
do
our-
you want me to break them up or
break
just drop
them up
them in?
and put them in here. And I've got a cornstarch. It usually doesn't take too long for this to thicken.
Okay.
And when you're working with puff pastry, you really want to have your dough cold. So leave it in the refrigerator till it comes frozen. So you'll want to thaw it out overnight in your refrigerator, but then bring it out of your refrigerator right before you're ready to use it. So you keep
That's
it cold.
right.
Otherwise, it kind of sticks together, and you won't be able to work with it.
You won't be able
If
to
you
do
can
anything
spray the
with
pan
it.
over there and
Okay.
then place these in the pan.
Okay.
We'll get all ready for our potato dish. And you'll see how easy this is to make potatoes look elegant.
You know, and that's what makes
But it's simple.
it's so nice,
Yeah.
because if you can do something elegant, it makes it extra special.
And this is like almost effortless, you know, because it's very easy.
That's what I'm thinking. It's effortless. You know, I'm working so
So
hard.
if you can see what Brenda's doing over here,
I'll bring this over here so you can see. I'm picking up one of these particular doughs like this and just dropping it into the muffin tin, and leave out your points right here so it just makes a little cup.
And take note that she sprayed her muffin tin first,
Right.
because otherwise it will stick and you won't be able to get it out.
That's right, and that is important.
And that's a problem.
Okay, it's almost thick. I don't know if you can probably see this, but it's very thick.
Okay.
It's getting there. And sis, in just a minute, you're going to put that in.
Oh, 1 minute.
Well, we're just finishing up melting the vegan cheese, which this vegan cheese takes a little bit more time to
Well,
to
vegan
do.
cheese, if you've ever worked with vegan cheese, there are some that just won't melt. And, I mean, it's hard to melt.
Yeah.
They are coming
Now,
out
how do
with
you say it? I like is it Daya? Daya or something? I love that cheese. I can't remember what it is, but maybe someday I'll tell you.
I haven't really found a cheese substitute that I absolutely love. So for me, I just put the cheese out.
And you don't need it. You don't have to have it in.
Leave the cheese
Okay,
out.
go ahead and turn it off and then add that.
Oh, turn it off first?
Yep, turn it
I
off.
shouldn't say that. I had a friend that made a cashew cheese that tasted really good, but such concentrated cashews are so high in fat that it would definitely be something I didn't eat all the
And
time.
even though it's a good fat, you just don't eat so much of it.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to put the potatoes in there now.
You want this?
Yeah, you can go ahead and mash some of them up. We're done with this whip now.
Okay, I'll
Except I
take
lost
it.
one of my potatoes in there.
Oh, don't lose, don't lose
she's
the
not letting
potato.
you- not letting you get rid of that.
All right. And you can garnish it with fresh herbs. So,
I'm going to leave this here so you guys can
Sissy,
see.
if you could cut up just a little bit of those potatoes.
Oh, I can cut up a potato for you.
So what we're gonna
Oh, look
do?
at her. Don't you double dip. No more in there. Hey, I got you covered.
And you're just gonna fill each one like that.
That's really good, sis.
Bake
You won't
it.
let me double dip, but I can do this.
You bake them at 400 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. That's all you have to do, 10 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven, because all ovens are different. And then we have some right here for you to see
Already
how
baked.
they turned out. Already
Those
baked.
Cute little potato puffs. Those are delicious.
And they make a delightful holiday meal.
Yes, they do.
You know what else is going to make your holiday meal delightful? And that's Brenda's tofu turkey.
Let me read the recipe for you. For this, you will need, for the turkey, 5 packages of extra firm water-packed tofu, 2 teaspoons of ground dried thyme, 2 teaspoons of rubbed sage, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 cup of McKay's chicken-style seasoning, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 large potatoes peeled and cut into 1-inch cubes, 1/2 cup of unsweetened almond milk, 1 large onion, 1 package of tofurkey kielbasa, shredded or torn in small pieces, 2 cups of fresh mushrooms, 3/4 cups of pecans, 2/3 cup of cooked brown rice, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of McKay's chicken-style seasoning, 2 slices of whole wheat bread torn in small pieces, and for the basting glaze, you will need 2 tablespoons of better than bouillon, no chicken base, 2 tablespoons of water, and 2 tablespoons of canola oil. Now that's a lot of ingredients, I know.
But you know what? It's worth it.
It is. You know, holiday time is the time to do a little something extra than you would normally do, and it looks a lot harder than it is. I call it tofu turkey. And I'm going to get started here because it is going to take us a little while to get all this together, but hang with me. You're going to see how easy it is. We're going to need a few things. First, we're going to use tofu, and this is already processed in a food processor. And if you have a large food processor, it'll go by faster because it takes 5 containers of your...
So you just ground it really fine.
You process it.
You
You
process
blend
it.
it.
You blend it.
Blend
You
it.
process it. And in fact, this is the
Water
packed tofu that people don't know it is. I didn't have an extra one to show you here. So that is water packed tofu. And you just rinse it and really squeeze all the water out of it. And then you're going to put it in the processor, and you're going to do that because it still retains some of the water. So we're going to take it. I'm going to tell you a little trick after
until
that.
it's real smooth.
It's very smooth. So now Cinda has got all those seasonings I gave you. She is going to just put all those together and start stirring. While she's doing that, Linda, you're going to start this pan cooking here and spray some nonstick cooking spray on there. Now, we've already sauteed the onions because I really like those nice and done, so you can put those in there, sis. And I wanted to show you what the tofurkey looks like. Now, this is a vegan sausage, and really check because a lot of the sausages I saw are not vegan, even though they're vegetarian. So this one here is a vegan sausage made by Tofurkey. It has a really good flavor, and it flavors this dish a lot. And I'm making the filling right here. Here we're making the tofu, and here we're making the filling. So this is what that looks like. And then for the basting that I'm going to show you that we won't have a chance to baste today, but this is what I use, the Better Than Bouillon no chicken base. And that is really one of the best bouillons that I have, vegetarian, vegan bouillons that I have ever come across. Make sure it says no chicken, though, on it, because they do make the chicken.
Right, and they put the jars side by side.
So check and see. It's got to say no chicken on it. Now, this, you can see how these come like this. You can just grate these, and or you can just peel them in small shreds like this and just put them right in here. So these have all just been shredded, and I'm going to just put that right over here. And so Linda's going to stir that up with the onions.
With the pre-cooked onions.
With the pre-cooked onions. They're already done. They are clear. They are really done. And I'm going to just put a little seasonings in here as she's stirring, and a little bit of salt. I'm going to have, this is cooked brown rice that's in here. So that's all done. And then I'm going to toast up our pecans. Really, when you toast those nuts, like that, it really brings out the fragrance of the nut.
They become more fragrant. You can smell it and taste the difference.
Wish you could smell this.
Okay,
and now I'm going to add the mushrooms, and these are just the chopped mushrooms, okay? And you notice that there was the potatoes in the recipe with the water and a little bit, tiny bit of salt. That's because you're cooking and boiling those potatoes, and then you're just making mashed potatoes out of it. That's what you're doing. So I have the 2 cups of mashed potatoes. Now, I will share this with you. In a pinch, I will just throw a couple of potatoes in the microwave and take them out and mash them up, put a little, I don't even measure, I just put enough, you know, a little sprinkle of salt and enough almond milk or soy milk to get it to a nice mashed potato consistency. And it's, you know, just saves me some time. So that's a shortcut if you want to take that as well. And Linda, then we're going to just put in our breadcrumbs, and those are just whole wheat bread. And I'll give that to Cinda. And then when she stirs all that up, she's going to put in the mashed potatoes. Now, there obviously isn't enough time to do all this at once, so I have some stuffing already made. So Linda can go ahead and cook that, but I'm not going to use it right now. Cindy, you did a really good job over here.
Thank you.
And we can take this off as well. Now I want to show you something really important here, because actually, let's do this one first. I have a strainer. You're going to need a strainer. You can use any shape you want. I chose this one because